Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kissy. So I woke up rather early today, around 3 a.m. and I started meditating. I decided that as I was preparing for a reading that I should just go ahead and share the information. So I was doing a little bit of self-study, I guess you could say, based on my meditations and what I was inclined to. So a few things. So it happened that I was looking for my incense. I ran out of incense. So what you can do, if you don't have incense at home, you can always use a cinnamon stick. I think I have a video mentioning this. Also, I did this before, but I will reiterate. Cinnamon sticks are a very good way to, you can burn an incense stick like you do in, did I say an incense? A cinnamon stick like you would an incense, to ward off negativity, to create a protected space. So I took some notes about cinnamon, but and I'll share that with you. But also, bay leaf. You can burn bay leaf if you want to use, if you don't have any incense or if you don't have sage, which I do have my sage. I didn't have the incense, but I do have sage. But I do like using my herbs whenever I can. So I'm going to go ahead and provide you some information that I picked up on in regards to both the bay leaf and its association to Apollo, as well as cinnamon and what cinnamon is beneficial for. But I would like to light these up first, so give me a moment. Okay. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I will light up my my sage, just because I like its calming effects. Sage is very calming to me. Some people aren't particularly fond with the smell, but you know, if you don't like the smell, then I don't know what to tell you. All right, folks. So let's start with the bay leaf. I'm going to go ahead and just burn a little bit of the bay leaf. I'll put it with the sage here. And the cinnamon stick, like I said, like an incense, you could also put the powder and use a burner like this and pour some of the powder with the oil, and until the smell kind of permeates in your space. Especially now in the fall season, cinnamon is very popular. I like the smell of cinnamon in the autumn season. All right, folks. Now, okay, so we got that. I just wanted to have it on. Now I can go ahead and read to you some of the information that I gathered. So the bay leaf is associated to Apollo. It represents victory, honor, and divine inspiration. Burning is used for protection, purification from unwanted energies, curses, or ill intentions. So if you get a sense of feeling like you need protection, or if you get a bad vibe from someone, or you feel like somebody's projecting negativity towards you, just burn a bay leaf. Okay? If you place it under your pillow, you can use it for prophetic dreams. It enhances your dream state. And there's something called daphnomancy. I think that's how you say it. Daphnomancy. It's an ancient form of divination. And depending on how the bay leaf burns, will be an omen of positivity or negativity. So if you're familiar, or if you're just an intuitive and you know, whatever you pick up when you burn it, like how it burns, will denote whether or not there's it's a positive omen. So if you ask a question to spirit and you want to know if this is a sign, right? Oh, I got this sign, spirit. Is this, a positive omen or a negative omen? Light it up and see how it lights up, and use your intuition to determine if it's a positive or negative omen for you. So other uses are for good luck, ritual baths, offerings, and spell work. I didn't write too much about the bay leaf, but there is something that you can do, and I already started on mine. So you can gather your intentions, right? Oh, before we do this, there was something I did start working on before this, and it's gratitude journals. The reason they're so important, and it's not so much journal, like you don't have to journal every day if you're not, a writer, or you don't like writing, but at least a daily practice of gratitude. Writing it only reinforces your intention. So today is an 8-day, okay, associated with Scorpio, so associated with Pluto energies, so Mars energy. Again, I bring that up because there's so much fire in this theme today, it seems, and the cinnamon. All of it's just making me consider the fire element. However, I'm going to read my own gratitude for the day, because the bay leaf, you can write your intention, okay? Your desire, intention. You write it down. I desire, and then you write what you desire, and then you burn it. Yeah, that can be a ritual to manifest. You can also put a bay leaf attached to your gratitude journal so that it amplifies its effects, okay? So, thank you for the love I receive from the purest of hearts. Thank you for the shared experiences with those I trust and love dearly. Thank you for the abundance of health and wealth that I feel in my body, mind, and soul. Thank you for the past lessons and the strength that it's gifted me with. Thank you for Christ, my teacher in unwavering faith, trust, and compassion. Thank you for family, unity, truth, and love. Thank you for a new life experience full of grace and beauty. Thank you for clean air, beautiful sounds, smiles, laughter, joy, happiness, and thank you for clean water. Thank you for restoring my faith in relationships that I've invested into. I now see seeds of love and forgiveness and seeds of grace and trust. So, with that being said, the next thing is the cinnamon energy. So cinnamon is a fire energy, and it is associated to prosperity and protection and passion. So it's used to attract abundance and prosperity. So what you can do, a ritual that you can use the cinnamon on, which is good because we're nearing the first day of the month, okay? So on the first day of each month, you can use ground cinnamon. You can stand outside of your door facing into your home, and you can blow some of the, like a pinch of cinnamon into your home. From the front door into the home, okay? Like bestowing the blessing into the home. You can use a mantra or you can use an intention. When I blow the cinnamon, prosperity will enter this house. Or you can say, abundance will come to stay. You can place a cinnamon stick in your wallet or your purse to attract good fortune and money. You can sprinkle cinnamon powder on your cash or your credit cards to amplify their effects. It's also used for protection and cleansing. As an incense, it's used to purify your space, and it creates a protective barrier. It's also, you can use it like chimes on your door or your window to ward off negativity. You can add a tablespoon into the floor cleaning solution to clean your home. You clear it of negative energy and to invite positive vibes. So it's also good for meditation and divination. If you're doing divination work or meditation, you can drink some cinnamon tea. It'll help enhance your psychic intuition. You can use it as a ritual in a bath, and that's just to cleanse. You can use it to cleanse your whole aura. Okay, so you can make that intention to cleanse your aura by adding cinnamon into your ritual bath. It's also used for astral projection. So cinnamon raises your spiritual energy, and it brings, what did I write here? Focus. It brings focus to your practice, okay? So if you want to practice astral projection, lighting up some cinnamon will help you to raise your spiritual energy and bring you that focus needed so that you can project where you want to astral to. Love, passion, and healing. So it attracts love, it strengthens the existing love that you have, and it also provides emotional balance, grounding. It helps release feelings of grief, fear, and anxiety. So, as you can see, cinnamon has a lot of powerful intention, or it can be used to create powerful intentions. That's what I meant. All right, so Apollo is associated to the sun, to the sign of Leo. It's a deity from ancient Greek and Roman mythology. Apollo is a god of beauty, intellect, and power. He's associated to music and arts, truth and prophecy, healing and disease. So the healing and disease is a dualistic nature of Apollo, which means that the same force that could cause a sickness could also cure it. So because he's associated to the sun and the light, he brings light into this world. So it's joy. Like, just think of Leo, they bring a lot of energy, they bring a lot of enthusiasm, they bring a lot of upliftment and happiness when they're in their positive, obviously. So it's also associated to archery, which shows the dualistic nature of their destructive power and the protective qualities, or of his destructive power and protective qualities. He also brings justice and order, divine law, and constitution of cities. He's a force for order and justice in the world. He's also associated to youth and male beauty. He is exceptionally handsome, ideal masculine beauty, a protector of the young, and has athletic I can't say this word, prowess. I probably even said it wrong, I don't know. So that, my dears, is the message so far. I was going to see, do your bay leaf intention, do your ritual on the first day to bring in and manifest abundance. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything here, folks. That's all. And then we'll go into a reading that I want to do. Yeah, so you can do the bay leaf with your intention and use the cinnamon also at the time, on the first. Like, you can do them together. So on the first day of each month, you can burn the bay leaf with your desire on it, as well as using the cinnamon, so that you can manifest and attract abundance and prosperity and protection. Okay, it's not just something to get material, to attract things into your life, right? It's also to protect your space so that you do not attract the things that you don't want in your life. All right. So, moving on. We're going to use a pendulum today, again. So, some energies that I do want to clear have to do with gang stalking and harassment. One of the first things that appeared was when I woke up this morning. It was like, it kind of pissed me off a little bit because, you set a positive intention and so it's like to wake up and to see the intrusive nature of a negative thought. But sometimes a negative thought is pointing you to what needs to heal or what needs to be nipped in the bud, so to speak. And then when I got settled and I sat down and I turned my phone, I looked at the screen, and one of the first things I see is a video about gang stalking. And I'm like, okay. And this man was talking about how he had a friend at the police department, and his friend kind of gave him a heads up of how they have programs to actually drive you to take yourself out. And this is done when they think you come up on a list. And most people probably wouldn't believe it, but when you experience this level of gang stalking, and the things he was saying were, I guess it really solidified the truth of what has been, or the truth of what actually took place, how real it was, how the injustice was actually done, that it's not just, oh, it was in my head, maybe I'm going crazy. No, that's how they want you to feel. And the sad part is, it does come across that way. People do see, like, what makes you so special that you're going to be surveilled? Well, when you do this kind of work, the government is invested in this kind of wisdom, which is why they work so hard at trying to keep the masses not aware of this, because then it challenges their authority. And so some of the things that this man was mentioning, let me see, I'm not going to even say it, I'll put it real quick, just just so you can see. And when I say I experienced the way he was talking, it was just like, is he, I mean, is this, it's a playbook, it seems.
For him, but I felt horrible for him, so I'd be able to give him the proper information to help him get through this. Because for some people it's really hard. I was lucky I was tipped off by some people that actually do it, well, by one person. So I'm going to read what I had left for him in the comment section. Gang stalking is coordinated by the Sheriff's Department. A confidential informant told me he was an informant, and I never knew that, and this was a friend of mine. He felt bad because he told me that I was placed on the list. He told me because they put me on the list to be a targeted individual, 24/7 surveillance, after I turned in a dirty cop. The confidential informant, my friend, told me their ultimate goal is to trigger you to get you to commit suicide after they stalk you and isolate you. They will break in your house and even do things to double your bills, etc., to also target, so they can also target your finances. They are doing things to systematically make you waste money fixing, replacing, and spending on things you shouldn't have to because they sabotage things. My friend had said at their Masonic Lodge, many of the Masons there were on the list to stalk and harass people also, but the most people that they use are the confidential informants that do surveillance and other things for the police department, and you like controlled buys and different things like that. But there's a difference between surveillance and harassment. This they want you to know, and they want to harass you and psychologically come against you. When they could get someone to finally commit suicide, he said that they would throw parties and celebrate that like it was a big joke. It wasn't as bad for me because I knew what was going on, since my friend had thankfully tipped me off to what was occurring in the Sheriff's Department, the different individuals that were doing this. Within 1 month of him telling me that I was on the list and that they were coming at me, they found him dead from a diabetic thing. He was 36 years old and his name was...
All right, I'm not going to go too deep into that. Hopefully I don't get a copyright issue with that. It shouldn't be. I don't think I played it very long. Just that little bit of information there, however, I want you to know that...
It was Josh.
Wait. Sorry. I just wanted to give you guys the name of his channel. It's called wait.
4 major signs.
Shh. Quiet, lady. It's called book. Wait. No, that's not the one. That's not the one. Excusez-moi. Where the heck? Oh, there it is. Okay. Alternative homesteading. I mean, nothing about the title indicates, the information that we just read would be in there, but it's called Alternative Homesteading. The video is called Gang Stalking Tactics of Targeted Individuals, Police Complicit in Harassment. Now, why is this information showing up at this time? Look at the astrological charts. I know Pluto in Aquarius could be a very possible reason for this energy to be kind of showing up, and the need for protection as a collective. When there are powers that don't want you to succeed or grow or take control of your life, meaning you're not being pushed around and following status quo rules, and you're questioning authorities, so-called authorities, these are the tactics that they use. And I'm not bringing it up to instill any kind of fear, because I think the reason they go that far is because they know what's coming. They know that there's a mass awakening. They know that the people worldwide are no longer subjecting themselves to the illusions that are put over us. So, anywho, I want to clear those energies. I don't know if when I do the chart, that's going to show up. That's my intention, but let's see what energies or blocks and interferences are going to be cleared, okay? So I don't think I'm going to write too many notes. I don't want to take too much time with the note writing. I'm just going to go ahead and, although I do write the notes for a reason, it's so that I don't lose track. All right, so discarnates in the aura. So that's the blockage and interference. Discarnates in the aura. I am writing notes. In the aura. All right. Well, the good thing is you could always fast forward if I'm taking too long with my notes. But there's something about writing it also that makes it stick, in a sort of way, like whether it sticks in the consciousness or it sticks in my memory or something. I want to look up the word discarnates because I can't define it as well as, there it is. All right, I think I've done this before also on a video. It is of a person or a being not having a physical body. Okay, so it's like an energy, a disembodied energy, incorporeal. I can't say that word. Yeah, a discarnate being. It has deprived people really of their identity. What? Okay. So yeah, it's a disintegrated energy. Discarnate in the aura. Alright, so the program, when was this program created? When was the program established? Imprint. It was an imprint. The number 10 could be significant. When was the imprint? Okay. Now I see the number 30. Number 30. Clarify when the imprint. So it's again, it was between Bardo and birth. The 30s is What was the imprint? When was the imprint? Bardo. It's crazy. Okay, Bardo. So it was an imprint in Bardo. I mean, this is sounding a lot like my previous reading, other than maybe this is a remnant of what was left from the last cleansing, because it is a discarnate energy in the aura. So it's not in the mind where it was before, but it's now like stepped out of the mind, and it's just in the field. It's lingering in the field. All right, cast of characters. Cast of characters. Who's involved? We have a wife. The number 70 could be significant. Wife. number 70. So what's interesting is that wife is between the discarnate, separate and discarnate energies. So this is a feminine energy that is separate or it's discarnate. Let's see. Wife. Show me the cast of characters. So it's pointing to seraph, and then it has aunt. What is a discordant energy? We're gonna clarify that information. Wife, aunt, seraph, aunt, wife. That could mean a plethora of things for anyone. I don't want to narrow it down too strictly. What are the discordant energies? Excesses and unforgiveness. Excesses and unforgiveness. Okay. Okie dokie. Hold on. Excesses and unforgiveness. So this discardant energy that's in your aura is an imprint during Bardo, pre-birth. It could have been someone's wife. It could be your wife. In that, I don't know if it's your wife from the life before going into Bardo, okay, because it's an imprint. But considering the similarities to the previous reading that I did, we talked about the seraph, okay, being the closest to God, like receiving the direct source speaks in your consciousness. And we had talked about how there was so what I'm getting is that this person or this energy was an imprint in Bardo from an energy. It could have been your wife in a past life. It could have been someone significant that was a wife, showing up as an aunt in this life, possibly. However you combine this energy, wife and aunt and seraph, okay, as cast of characters, I feel like it has to do with the remnants of the past reading that was put in your first thought, so to speak. It could have been this energy of a past life partner, feminine energy, who is represented by an aunt in this lifetime. This person, maybe they're excessive, or maybe they have a lot. They have a lot of unforgiveness. Excess and unforgiveness. Let's clear the excess. Because excess isn't always, people think, oh, to have so much. Sometimes it's too much because it's taking up room and not allowing the things that you need to enter. So, releasing things that are excess, releasing things that are there's a practice of nothing has to be trashed. You can always recycle things. So you don't throw away the clothes that don't fit you anymore, or you don't discard them. You repurpose them. Whether it's someone that can use it, somebody that could benefit from it in some way. When you do that, when you repurpose things instead of trashing things, oh, this is old, let me just throw it away. No. Or let me make a profit off of this. Instead of doing that, use that excess to establish a flow of abundance. You repurpose it. Find new purpose for it, or allow someone to create a purpose for it. Provide the opportunity for someone to repurpose it. So I feel like the unforgiveness, that imprint on the aura, Okay, never mind. Just release the imprint, releasing the discarnate energies. So the good thing is that it's a dissipating kind of energy, an energy that's no longer, it's moved out of your energy field. It's cleared out of your whole field. Okay, it went from a seed in your mind to being taken out of your auric field. It's now disintegrated into a bodiless thing. Okay. One and zero. The 70 and the 30 make 100. The 10, it all breaks down to the 1 and to 1. The number 1. That's another number that's been showing up a lot. 1. You could be seeing 1111, 111. Just a lot of synchronicities. Okay? Clear the energies. Alrighty. I think that's all, folks. I'll come back with another message. Take care.